Hi friends. So I am almost done with my meal. So I had a little bit of a belly issue because I waited so long to eat. Like I started having like this horrible pain right like at my rib cage. Like I was doubled over. It was hurting so bad. I started feeling nauseous in the car on the way home from the gym and stopping to get gas. And then I came in the house and it would just hit me even harder. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So I grabbed the rice cake and started eating that. And then it almost felt like I was at the point where I ate too much and my food was just sitting right at the top of my right at the top of my abs, like right below my chest, right at the bottom of my rib. It was horrible. So I had to through in my throat a Coke Zero for some carbonation because it really felt like it was just like air was just sitting there and I needed to burp and it was so bad. I was in the bathroom, like I was like, okay, am I gonna throw up? But there's nothing to come up really. So I'm like, do I need to poop? Like, what is going like it was hurting so bad. Like I even took almost took some Pepto because I was just like, is this indigestion? No, it's not indigestion. Maybe it is. Oh, I was hurting. Oh, so even now, like, and then I sat on the couch with my food and I just like leaned back, not even eating it because it's like I just needed to open up the the air that was sitting in my belly and try to get it out. So I feel better now. It's been about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I'm slowly eating my meal. I think if I would have started eating it super quickly, then I would have felt even worse. So I turned on Grey's Anatomy, and I just gotta let you know. I'm in season 17, where in episode 10, where it's like during COVID and um, DeLuca. I don't know if anybody else watches it, but DeLuca just died, and they had his little ceremony, and I'm just sitting here like watching it. I started bawling my eyes out, just thinking about like my family and not about COVID per se, but just thinking in general, like what happens, like if anything happened to my family, but this is all also probably my emotions from prep. Um, like I would just completely lose my shit if anything happened to my family. And Miranda was talking, like, that's when Miranda lost her mom. And then I know, so I'm going through some stuff with my mom. Sorry. Not me personally going through stuff, but my mom is having some medical issues going on right now. And it's really hard. And I try not to think about it. But when I watch shows and, family members are being lost, and it really makes you think about the things that you have in life and what could easily be taken away from you. So since I'm already a little bit sharing about it, I might as well just talk about it. My mom's young. My mom's 61. I think she's 61 or 62. Over the last couple years, 3-4 years, she's been like, we've been noticing like her memory just not like being up to par the greatest. So slowly just deteriorating. So we had her, go in to see a doctor and whatnot about a couple years ago, and they didn't really find anything. They said there was nothing there. Her brain looked good. So we were just like, okay, maybe it's just something else. Other than that, like her health is really well. She's always she's a vitamin kind of lady. Like she doesn't like going to the doctor, but she'll take her vitamins every single day. That's what she learned from her mom. But oh God, I think it's been like 6 months, maybe 7 months, she was seen again by another neurologist and had another MRI done. And they diagnosed her with early onset Alzheimer's, dementia. It's one of them. It's affecting her short-term memory, and it's getting really bad. So she got accepted into a trial program, and she's been on this trial program since, so it's actually been longer, but she got accepted. She's been on this trial program since November. And the medication they put her on, it's an appetite suppressant as well. So she's lost a whole lot of weight. And unfortunately, we weren't told in the beginning about the medication and what it was going to be, like her side effects. So in her first month and a half that she was on it, maybe month, she had dropped like 20 pounds. And I was concerned. We were all concerned. The family was concerned. But I told my dad, I said, I need to know this medication that she's on. So he showed me the bottles, and sure enough, it's like an appetite suppressant as well, saying that there's evidence and facts and research studies that state that this helps with memory. If anything, like we thought for that entire month that she was just forgetting to eat. Like that's literally what we thought, that she was forgetting to eat food. Come to find out, she was on appetite suppressant, so it wasn't making her hungry. So I had my dad call the doctor. The doctor said that, yes, he was concerned about her weight loss, and I was fucking pissed. I was like, well, the doctor should have let her caregivers know, hey, this is what this medication is going to be doing, to make sure that we're like keeping her in check with eating food and, putting nutrients in her body. So she, once we found that out, they lowered her dosage. Mind you, in that time, it's not like her memory was getting better. So they lowered her dosage, and we started then keeping a track, and my dad, making sure she ate, making sure that, he prepared breakfast for her, lunch and dinner, just to make sure she ate. My mom was never a cook, really. She cooked chicken, and it was usually dry. She just wasn't a cook. They would eat out a lot. They still do, but so we always then we got onto the point where we were just making sure that she was eating her food. She was still a part of, doing my boot camp that I instruct. She would come, but she started getting just very sluggish and lethargic and just not having the energy. And come to find out, it was because she wasn't eating. So she's now been on that since November. So the first month she was down like 20 pounds. And then I just found out that she got weighed again. So in another 2 months, she's now down another 15 pounds, which she doesn't have any more weight to lose. Like she looks good-ish. She just lost weight way too quickly. So it's just making her look frail. Her memory is not any better. If anything, it's worse. The kids even mentioned it to me, that they feel that Gigi's getting worse in her memory. There's often times, and I feel bad that I get frustrated sometimes, and I know I shouldn't, but I'll get frustrated sometimes with her when, we'll talk about something, and then like 20 minutes later she'll bring it up again, and I'm like, Mom, we just talked about this. And that I know that's something that I have to stop doing, because it just frustrates her. But it's really hard to think of your mom, someone who you used to do everything with, to start having issues like this, like just forgetting things or just having to be reminded of things, and then her getting upset if we do remind her. She knows her memory's not the greatest, but it really fucking sucks. So, and with me and my kids, we live there, half partial time. Like when I have my kids, we stay at my parents, so they are you know, they're really close to her, and, you know, they see what she's struggling and what she's going through, and it's just really hard. And I feel bad for my dad because I know it's frustrating for him too, you know, as a caregiver, and to see, not even as a caregiver, but as your spouse, to see them, you know, start deteriorating in some sort. Like, her brain is just not the person that she was. And it sucks because I really don't think this medication is helping. Like, this trial she's doing, it's not helping. So, down that rabbit hole, fucking Grey's Anatomy put me there. So everybody, hold on to your family, to people that you love, you know, extra tight. Because you never know, you know, when things are going to change with them, or they're not going to know who you are. And I completely think about that. Like, it's almost like it's the 41st dates with Drew Barrymore. It's like she's going to get to a point where she wakes up in the morning and not remember anything. And, like, she'll have to be reminded. I mean, she's already to the point right now where she wakes up and she has to, you know, ask my dad, what do we have going on today? Because even if they talked about it the night before, she doesn't remember. And sometimes she doesn't really remember even how to, like, get on her phone and, you know, check things and check old text messages. It's like, oh, it fucking sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Okay, I'm gonna stop crying now and stop thinking about this. I'm gonna finish my food, probably text my mom and tell her that I love her, and probably stop watching Grey's Anatomy for the moment because I don't want to see any more, like, sad shit. I need happy stuff because this just makes me sad. And to top it off, my boyfriend just lost one of his co-workers, a good buddy that he actually, like, spoke to 2 days before it happened. So, like, then you just start thinking about all that, and, you know, you never know when it's your time, and you just have to, like, always live life to the fullest. Go out, make shit happen, and just live. Don't have any regrets of what you're doing. Okay, I'm done crying. I'm gonna think happy thoughts. I'm gonna finish my meal now. And since it's already like 5:15 and I still have like 3 more meals to eat, I'll probably try to go for a walk if it doesn't rain. And then eat another meal. Okay. I will check in with you guys later. Thanks for tuning into that sob mess that I just had. And now I sound like a guy.